give a quick update about how Gabby and I are doing with our histamines. We've started to reintroduce some meat products every night at dinner. I mean, we are still having bacon in the morning, but that's mostly animal fat, and it's not perfect. Everything's still day to day, whether we have a reaction or how strong of a reaction we have. But we have started to be able to tolerate a little bit of meat at night, whether it's beef, sausage, or chicken, and whatever drippings and broth, trying to make sure to get just a little bit of that in with our dinner meal. Everybody else is still eating stage 4 food. Essentially, Gabby and I are on stage 1/4 because we're cooking the vegetables that we are eating. We're roasting them and doing stuff that is available on stage 4. But we are not having any of the nuts or eggs, avocados. So in that aspect, we are still on stage 1/2. I hope to start with raw egg yolks again and see if we can start tolerating eggs to go with our breakfasts, because I don't know, I don't really want to be eating bacon every single day, especially since it's not from a local farmer. We started adding the tops of beets to our juicing, so we are getting some fresh greens in a way. I can sometimes feel it. I feel my liver just feel a lot of pressure in here sometimes, or lots of belching and burping, and I'm hoping that ends up passing as I keep juicing. I've been juicing twice a day. Sometimes I'll give somebody else some more juice, like Gabby or Mike, if they feel like they need some extra juice that day. Just to push through, help my liver keep pushing through these symptoms. We did try the iodine test, where you take some iodine and we put it on our bellies, and it confirmed the healthier people did not have the iodine absorbed nearly as quickly as the less healthier people. So I guess if your iodine absorbs, it could be a sign that you need to take iodine, which my naturopath had recommended I already do, because it's really beneficial to all your cells, and can also help fight parasites and kill parasites. So we're in about 3 weeks in. I feel pretty confident that this is something we can do a long term. This weekend we couldn't go to an event, but that's more because Gabby and I are on a separate diet, and we have to eat fresh foods, or we just start having breathing issues. Otherwise, I could have pre-made something and brought it, and we could have eaten that. I think I'm pretty excited, actually. Everybody here has had very positive results. My husband's sleep apnea, which he's never had diagnosed, but I can hear him catching his breath throughout the night, and grinding his teeth, has completely gone. He feels so energized during the day, probably because he's sleeping. We've had some die-offs where our baby had terrible breath, and finally, after a few more terrible bowel movements, the bad breath went away. She's sleeping through the night, which she would be constantly stirring through the night, if not waking up. So I think there's a lot to say just on a few of those accounts. A lot of our other children are feeling pretty good. Some of them are still fighting things. You can tell that their body is fighting different things. I feel really good. I feel really energized, even though I'm really not eating much for lunch. I'm juicing twice a day. I have some bacon with breakfast, and then I eat dinner, and I don't feel that hungry. I do have some still low points, like in the afternoon from like 3 to 6. I'm pretty tired. Sometimes I get some energy in the evening, and sometimes I don't. When I take a binder, I notice that I get more tired, but that's okay. To me, that means my body is working to clean out more junk. So we're kind of, at this point, getting back to our normal life. So we're getting back to our normal chores and catching up on cleaning bedrooms, doing laundry. For us, we're trying to finish painting our basement, which you're really not supposed to be introducing a lot of chemicals while you're trying to cleanse your body. But we had no control over when the basement got finished. We just need to get it functioning so we can declutter the rest of our house and get things in a working order again. So for us, we also are moving forward with our homesteading. And right now that means getting pigs. We got one of them yesterday, so I will let you meet him. In the next few days, I will share a few more recipes with you guys of what, and these are really easy recipes to bring places that other people would willingly eat. They're obviously gluten-free, but like zucchini bread, they're just names that people are familiar with. Bacon wrapped asparagus. I can't remember them all right now, but I hope to share some of those recipes as we do that and delve into stage 5 a little bit more. Lastly, what I think is also important to note that it's important to look at your past and who you interact with and who you have interacted with, and anything that you could need spiritual or emotional healing from. That can also be a really big trigger for your physical healing or lack of. And I just think that's worth noting to look in your area. I've been doing a lot of theophostic prayer, which helps your heart and soul heal from anything that could have caused distress in any way, all sorts of emotional, it doesn't matter what emotions you had of it, but if it's something you need healing from, it could also cause physical disability. So I would encourage everybody to evaluate and pray about what God really wants them to heal from while they're in this suffering. I feel like it's a combination thing. You can heal your physical body and your mental and spiritual health as well, and come out with tools that will enable you to take care of yourself the rest of your life. So hopefully you don't get as low as you did. Sometimes some of us have to get really low in energy and low in emotional status, whatever it is, to realize that we have to do something different. And we have to understand that this is life, and we're always going to be battling new things. Well, I will end with this quote, because this quote has been coming to my mind over and over, from St. Catherine of Siena, that nothing great is ever achieved without enduring much. And I feel like that is the exact thing that we need to remember, especially on your hard days that you don't have energy and you're like, why am I doing this? Now I can't eat this because I know it really bothers me. Just remember that nothing great is ever achieved without enduring much. And always remember, you are the best and you're beautiful.